If I had to start my crypto journey over again with $1,000, here's exactly what I would do. In this video, I'll be going over which coins I'd buy at exactly what point in this market cycle. I'll tell you how much money I would put into each of these coins. And I'll also tell you how much I think I'll make of $1,000 at the end of this video. So make sure you watch it all the way through. And of course, make sure you press that like button. And by no means is this list perfect, because for every single coin I pick, there's a couple different options that would work too, but I'll cover all of that. I'm just trying to give people that have been stuck not investing into crypto because they do not know where to start an entry. You can make your own choices, and I'm trying to help you with just getting a basis understanding. So if you guys, again, as I said, appreciate that, make sure you press that like button, and I'll explain everything as we go. First off, we're gonna need an exchange to buy all these cryptos on. My personal preference is the crypto exchange Bybit, and I've left a link for that in the description down below, because right now, if you're into futures trading, trading with leverage, you can claim yourself a free $500 trade with the link down below, which I highly recommend you guys to grab if you got the ability to. All you've got to do is KYC, which you can't do if you're from the US, have $100 in the account and go through these steps. But that's basically step one. Get yourself a cryptocurrency exchange account. Step number two is locate where these lists of cryptos are. There are three main websites that most people use: CoinMarketCap, the one you're seeing right in front of you, Live Coin Watch, which is practically the same thing, and CoinGecko. All the same, just personal preference. If you want to know where some of the smaller coins can be found though, places like DEX Tools and DEX Screener might be your friend. And that's just to establish a basis of where you can find these coins, where you can even see that they exist if you do not only want to look on the exchange itself. And I can tell you right now, I'm drawing this on my iPad as we speak, that I'd probably split my portfolio down the middle. Half for altcoins to buy, to hopefully make tons of money on by just holding them. That I'd split up again, we'll talk about in a second, and half towards trading, because the way I'm thinking about it is large cap cryptos are some of the ones you can just hold and you'd be fine. Even mid caps, if what that would mean, by the way, is a coin that's got significant amount of money in there already, but it's not one of the main ones. Those you can just hold and you'd probably be fine, even if you were to step away from it for a year or so. But gems, these can be split up into two different parts yet again. And the easiest way I can describe that is you can divide this into coins that you get to buy early before they even launch, and like meme coins, coins that are kind of funny, or generally just coins that have got a lot of momentum. And so instead of saying 50% altcoins, 50% trading, if trading is not your thing, you could also see this as 50% of the passive investments, putting money into altcoins to keep it there, to kind of not think about too much, and 50% of my portfolio I would actively put into new coins all the time. And all the time here being either once a day, sometimes 5 times a day, but for the most part, perhaps I'm gonna look at these coins every couple of days, once or twice a week, because they move quickly. Anyway, so even altcoins can be subdivided into different categories. You want your safe plays? I personally don't, because I think if I only had $1,000, I want to really do more risky, but hopefully just turn it into 100,000 or more. And I wouldn't be happy to just see it triple over the next year or two. But some people are, which is why I did put it down here as an option. Some safe coins that I think would last a long time. And there's not just one or two, there's a good amount of them, like your Chainlink, your Solana, your Avalanche, and generally speaking, just your top of the top altcoins. Again, I am personally skipping these, but the risk that I'm going for here, it has more of a risk to lose your entire $1,000, because that's definitely possible. But me, in my position, if I had to start out with $1,000, I either go big or go home, because the 1,000 I'll make again, but the chance to invest this early into the cycle, I might never have again. But anyway, so those are your top picks for quote unquote safety. I'm not your financial advisor, by the way. These are just my thoughts, but I could be very wrong. I want you guys to understand that if you lose all your money, it's on you, my friend. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows what's going to happen tomorrow. For all we know, tomorrow crypto all of a sudden goes up 50,000 times and all of a sudden we're all rich. Or you go broke tomorrow. Anything can happen in this world. I'll say one more thing as well. My top 3 sectors to watch in the crypto space right now are gaming, AI, and launchpads. So if I had to put $1,000 in, I'd probably choose coins that are in these 3 sectors because I just think they'll do the best. And if I'm speaking honestly, I would include gambling type of coins, but I'm not into gambling at all like that. So I just don't know which ones do well. But if you're into it, definitely give that some research, as logically that space is going to grow a lot as well. But if you don't even have $1,000, by the way, I would highly suggest you to focus on airdrops. I've made one video about how they work, and I'll probably make another guide very soon. I said, if we get to 1,000 likes on a video, I'll go and sit there for a day to give you guys the guide, but we didn't hit it. So I'm kind of stalling it because it's a lot of work to put a full guide out there, but you can find it online already if you want to. But airdrops are one of the easiest ways to get your initial $1,000 or your initial $10,000 even. So that is definitely something worth considering. But the problem with crypto sometimes can be, if you've got your focus on everything, you get nothing. And many of the best investors I know, they say that you focus on one sector, or you put a little bit into every sector, knowing you're not going to be the best, you're not going to get the best, you're going to get a little bit of every sector, a little bit. But I think if you got $1,000, it might be worth just really hammering down on one sector. And if you're wrong, unfortunate, but if you're right, you're very right. However, as I said, I'm trying to keep this tutorial, guide, experience, story, a little bit more neutral. And so I'd probably just split it up into these 3 sectors: gaming, AI, and launchpads, just all 3 of them. So knowing that, which coins would I go for? Well, on CoinMarketCap, there's a little easy section. You can see I can press gaming right there easily. I can press AI and big data there easily. And in this list, there's also one that's called launchpads. For all the ones that know, I'll add one more category to look into. And this was all explained in my top 5 crypto sectors video, by the way. But the 1 or even 2 I could add are meme coins and BRC20, which are like ordinal type of cryptos, things built on Bitcoin. Problem with ordinals is it can be kind of difficult to buy. And the problem with meme coins is, if you're watching this video 3 weeks, a month into the future or whatnot, everything is probably different in the meme coin stuff. You need to be there at the right moment, the right time. It's really a momentum play, which is basically the second half of the video here. The first half is about our value investing. We invest into things that most likely last ourselves a good while. And for half my portfolio, but I'm honestly thinking it might be wiser for people that are new to go 90% into value options. Value options being, you look back at this in a few months from now and the price will probably have done pretty well. Momentum being, something's doing well, and so we're buying it right now. With value being more so something that's kind of undervalued for where it should be. Mostly because I'm still thinking that with momentum, you're going to have to be really on it, but it can also be significantly more difficult and too high of a barrier of entry for people. So we're going to split it up even more. We're going to go value. I've got it. So this is how we're going to split it up. 90% value. And that means 2 AI coins, 2 gaming coins, 2 launchpad coins, 2 BRC20 coins, and 10% of our portfolio into momentum, meaning whatever's hot at the moment. I'd probably buy 1 or 2 meme coins, whichever one you can think of that's kind of cool, and 2 whatevers. If Solana is doing really well, you buy some Solana today, hoping to make money on it over the next few days. And this is mostly because that way you don't have all your money tied up and you can play with these percentages a bit. I'd personally go more towards 50-50, but that means you have to be on it, more actively investing. As we said, the top is passive. You can just buy it and kind of do slow. The bottom is active. You're on it. And it just depends on how much time you have and how much interest you've got. But I'd still want to have at least 2 coins out of every sector. All right, so for my AI coins, I'd probably pick Injective or Render or Fetch, even though they're already huge. But just because with AI coins, it's extremely hard to know which ones are gonna be up and coming soon. Render has some nice overlap with gaming too, which is nice. For gaming, I'd probably look at just some of the biggest household names around. Illuvium, Echelon Prime, Nakamoto Games is getting a lot of attention for their new mobile campaign. Myria, I hold a good chunk of. I like that crypto a lot. Shrapnel is getting a lot of attention. And Planet, I believe, has got some massive partnerships. Keep it in the back of my head that most of the crazy gaming coins, Decimated I also hold a ton of, by the way, that will do extremely amazing, have not even launched yet. because every single run, the newest ones are usually the best ones to make money on. If you want more of a safe play that's like a platformer, 𝗕𝗁𝗓𝗓 is where a lot of coins, or I should say tokens, get launched on. So keep that in the back of your head. For launchpad coins, you've got so many good options because it's like a matter of, you can just pick any one of these probably. And if the crypto run continues, you will probably make a good amount of money. But in my opinion, it's a little bit of a guessing game which of these launch pads is going to have the best launches. So if you do not know, I know the team for nearly every single one of the things you see right here. I know that these guys will make a frick ton of money over the next few months, but is ChainGPT or is 𝗕𝗓 or is 𝗕𝗪𝗧 going to be the next big launch pad? What these launch pads do is they make you hold their token, and proportional to how much of their token you hold, you are allowed to buy in to coins that have not even hit the market yet. So you're basically buying before the majority of people can. And that's huge. That makes the most amount of money in crypto, by far. Problem being, not every coin launches on every launch pad. For example, 𝗕𝗓 is very much focused on gaming, whereas another one might be focused on, the Binance Smart Chain, whereas another one might be focused on whatever, the Cardano ecosystem. And so, yeah, it just depends on which sector is going to be most hyped up the next season as to which one will do the best. But the ones I always hear people talking about, Superverse, 𝗕𝗪𝗧, 𝗕𝗓, Polkastarter was very popular, but I've never really used it before, I think. ChainGPT, Paid Network. I've seen 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗧 have a couple of good things. Yeah, for sure. And I think I know the guys here. And I think I know a couple of the others, but those are not the ones I actively use as much. Doesn't mean they're not good. And with BRC20, if I had to pick a couple of coins, I'd probably just buy 𝗬𝗬. Probably just buy 𝗬𝗬 and 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, just the two of them. It's extremely volatile and extremely reliant on Bitcoin, but I do believe this sector is going to hit another 1000x very soon, which means for the most part, I'd go for whatever's hot and new. Try to just look on the internet for whatever new ordinal type of things are launching and buy into those. But if I didn't have the knowledge for that, if I didn't have the info for that, I'd just buy the two of these or even the three of them, whatever, because this sector is going to grow so much that it's just worth exposing myself to it. And a lot of these other things are more difficult to buy. You can't just find them on exchanges. But let's just say, only go for 𝗬𝗬, safest play, and you'll most likely be fine if you are already thinking you're having too many coins. And the meme-wise, again, it depends on how safe you want to play it. Doge is most likely going to do really well if another meme season comes. Same thing for Shiba because they've done well before and they're still huge. The newest, very popular up-and-coming one is Bonk, but as you can see, the price is very volatile because all of a sudden they had a 100x or so over the last month. But that's the thing with memes and momentum investing. I can't tell you up front what to go for because you need to do it while it's hot and happening. If you buy it now that they're like down and bad, you're trying to do the opposite. I don't like to buy big pullbacks unless you can see there's so much excitement that it's not stopping. But with Bonk, it's already up so much. And with Shiba or Doge, there's just not that much hype around it right now. So for meme coins, it's more difficult to tell you which ones to go for. And the two whatevers is just, go for whatever's hot. If you're noticing Solana, even though it's already a huge crypto, is pumping a lot, and you put $100 in, for example, there's a good chance that tomorrow is going to be 140. And if you not cash out back to dollars, you can use that 40 to buy another, attempt. And you have $100 again to try and pull out, which means you're not locking it up for a long time. You're putting money in with the idea of, I started with $100. Where the other ones, it's more in a sense of, okay, you started with $900, but you've been able to buy this amount of coins. We just think about these things differently, but hey. If I were to go for a portfolio like this is the conclusion, I'd estimate that over the next run, I'd say we are about a couple months in, even though it's been a year since Bitcoin hit a bottom, but I do believe it's going to be another year and a half before we reached an all-time high. Before we kind of like start coming back down. I'd probably start thinking about selling in 2025. That with limited knowledge, in the worst scenario, if I was just buying I'd be able to turn it into $5,000 at the baseline. On more of the high end, if I'm going more on the momentum investing, I'm trying really hard and we get lucky that our sectors really do blow up and we pick the right coin. I think it's more, this is medium, right? I think we'll be able to turn it into 20,000. And if we're very lucky, obviously your 1,000 is going to turn into 120,000, something like that. And people think it's not possible, but I show them this. This coin right here, I bought, I think at 10 cents, like a very long time ago. I held it all the way until 1 cent. Let's just hypothesize I put in $10,000 at 10 cents. It was only worth $1,000 here, and all of a sudden, over the next few weeks, it was worth $80,000. This all happened in the span of 1 month, which is why I say, My $5,000 is so conservative because I think anybody, even that cannot really think, can do it. 20,000 is more on the normal side because, hey, you might not get as lucky. And I think the best case results are going to be the people that turn into 100, 120,000 because they're actually trying a bit and got some luck. But there are also going to be people who take $1,000 and are going to turn it into 4.5 million. It's possible. I'm telling you right now, it is. Because think about it. This play, if I cashed out the $80,000 and then put that back into another coin and did another 80x, I mean, that's very optimistic, but now all of a sudden we're at 6.4 million. Not everybody can do it, but if you think about it, it's a numbers game. And I often convince myself that, oh, no, you're not going to be that guy, right? The one doing it. But it could be. It literally could be that you get lucky and all your friends don't, but you do get lucky. Or nobody that you knew has ever made $1 million in their life. Nobody's owned a home, but you're the first one to do it. It's possible. They're pioneers to everything. And so this thinking of, oh, I wish, but it's not going to be me. Yeah, I think that's keeping you down. Because a lot of my friends never thought they'd become extremely wealthy at what, let's say 25? How many people, when they're in their teens, think they're going to make hundreds of millions of dollars before they're 30? Not many people do, because it's very hard to fathom, but it happens. So that's why I'm telling you right now, don't put yourself down too much. It's really possible for anybody, even with limited knowledge, even if you do not know how to use a computer. It's crazy possible is the way I like to phrase it. But hey, hopefully you enjoyed my little guide here, my little thoughts. At the end of the day, my opinions are my own. I'm not your financial advisor. Go consult some guy that you have to pay to listen to his licensed official advice if you want to, or just take some time, go on the internet and learn, which is what I would recommend. Anyway, this sector is pretty volatile. I do not know how, but in theory, you can turn your $1,000 into zero as well if you're being stupid with it. I don't think I could. I don't even know how you do that, but it's possible. So only play with money you're able to lose because, yeah, you could. Yeah, I give it as a warning, and hopefully you guys succeed in your journey and are able to buy your first coin. And hopefully I see you back on the channel tomorrow or even later today. And if you want to see more of our daily trades, I recommend checking out Dusty Trades, our second channel. It's going to be pretty hot soon, I think, because right now is the season. And I think just going long on a lot of altcoins with some properly hedged Bitcoin bets is just so amazing. But I'll talk about it more on this channel. And again, if you want to get yourself a free $500 bank or XRP or whatever trade, link for that is down below. And I'll see you guys again in another video, hopefully later today.